Hi, yeah, I need your help. My son, he's desperately overweight and he really needs a personal trainer. Can you help him, please? Believe it or not, I actually get asked this question a lot and get numerous messages about parents asking me to help their children. And let me tell you, it's a very, very dangerous minefield to play around in. Back when I was working with the obese and morbidly obese for the NHS, the majority of patients, if not all of them, had come from issues during their childhood when they were growing up of dieting or having this pedestal approach to their nutrition or exercise. Parents, just like these ones contacting me, had said to them, you need to lose weight. And when a trusted individual says that to you at the tender age of 10, 11, hell, even 17, it's such a dangerous thing to place in a child's mind. Although it may seem like nothing to you to turn around and say to your child, oh, you're overweight and you need to go on a diet, those kind of mentalities and creating that relationship with food and exercise is a very dangerous one and can lead to eating disorders, be it anorexia and bulimia, or be it binge eating and leading them down the roads of diabetes and obese, morbidly obese. So now we've got the depressing stuff out of the way, what's the best approach to take if you need to help your child lose weight? So the first thing you want to do is take a very gentle and careful approach to weight loss. You don't want to let the child know that they're dieting or that the goal is to lose weight. You essentially want to do it in the background and create some structure around it without them truly realizing that that is the purpose. The second thing you need to do is have some more structure around food. So the first thing, eat as a family. Sit down together and discuss the food you're eating. This time needs to be about enjoyment of food and education, enjoyment of good food as well. Teach your child about the balance of nutrition, not just you've got to eat healthy, but a good balance to say 80-20. So 80% is most of the time eating your vegetables, your greens, your good carbohydrates, your meats, etc. And the 20% of the time, allow them to have whatever they want to have. You've got to have this balance in their diet. So take the time as you sit down as a family to discuss all of this. Number 3, portion control. Essentially, to reduce their weight, you need to place them in a calorie deficit, but you don't want to discuss this with them. All you need to do is make sure that you're the one who dishes up their dinner at an appropriate amount that they want, and then slowly reduce their portions over time. You're playing the long game here. This isn't going to be a quick diet that gets the weight off them in the space of a couple of days or a couple of weeks. You're playing the game for months to make sure that you're gradually placing them in a gentle calorie deficit that they don't really notice, and therefore in 6 months' time, they are down to the weight that they need to be without even realizing they're on a program to get there. Number 4, reduce their sedentary time. Time on consoles, time watching TV. It doesn't need to be a punishment, but just limit how much time they're spent sat down. When they're sat down, their heart is beating a lot slower, they're burning less calories, there's no movement involved at all. So you need to make sure that they still have this time, but you're limiting how much of it they have. Moving on from that, you want to encourage activity, encourage them to go outside. Hell, maybe do things as a family. Go for bike rides, go for a walk down to the park, maybe a swim. Show them that you're doing it all as well. It doesn't matter if they're 14, 16 or 7, it makes no difference. If you're doing it as a family, they will follow suit. You are the example at the end of the day, and you need to be a good one. And finally, gamification and reward. What you want to do is create some positive behaviors around activity while doing something the child enjoys. So what you want to do is get the whole family some activity trackers. They're not expensive, you can get them off of Amazon. All you need to do is to be able to track your steps. Then in your kitchen or regular kind of family room, you pop up a leaderboard and you see who in the family can rack up the most amount of steps in a week. You have instantly created a game, but that game has a reward. Whoever completes the most amount of steps, be it in the whole family or if you've got multiple kids, whoever completes the most amount of steps amongst those kids gets a reward. Now this reward can't be food related, so it can't be a meal out, it can't be a takeaway. You don't want to create a reward structure around food, but it can be little things like some additional time on their consoles, or maybe they get to pick the movie for movie night. These kind of things that you can still do as a family, but things that your kid actually wants as a reward.
Remember with all of this though guys, 3 things. You've got to be the example. You can't tell them to do something if you're going to sit there on your ass fucking around on Facebook. As mentioned previously as well, you can't emphasize or even mention the fact that you're trying to get them to lose weight, because this is such dangerous territory with regards to their young minds and the kind of people they're going to turn into. You don't want to create a demon, and you won't know that you've done it until 10, 15 years down the line. So do not mention weight loss or losing weight of any kind. Do not put that emphasis on food. And remember, you're playing the long game. You're not thinking 2 weeks down the line. You are not trying to see how much weight they can get off. You're not even going to weigh them. What you need to do is just focus on these behaviors and being consistent with them. Then you'll find that 6 months, 9 months down the line, your child has safely lost weight and has no concept of dieting or anything like that, which is likely to damage their mindset and create these bad eating behaviors going forwards. Save yourself some money and save your child's mental health. Don't employ a personal trainer. Don't go and put them into a gym and tell them they must exercise. It is not the way forward with regards to your children. Hopefully you found this video informative. If you think that you or some other mums or parents can benefit from the information I've given you guys today, then please do hit the share button down below. This is some really important information I would love to get out there, because I don't want so many more kids, the next generation, going into life with a dieting or a yo-yo dieting mentality. Let's take the next generation forward in a more positive and lifestyle-based way, not dieting or not dieting. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.